Hey Sag, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing your reading for the third week of December from the 15th to the 21st. This is good for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. You can also find your other signs in the channel here. So I'm posting one reading per week per sign and some bonus readings. So you can get your Sun, your Moon, your Rising. Your first message here is energy flows where my intention goes. So this is going to be a wonderful week for manifesting. This is going to be a wonderful week to keep law of attraction in mind. Make your wishes, do your manifestation techniques. All of that is going to be wonderful. What you focus on expands. Energy flows where your intention goes. So try to focus on the positive and try to focus on seeing what you want more of, as opposed to focusing on the problems that need solving. Of course, problems need your attention. You know, we need to resolve things, that's fine. But when we overly focus on the problem, we start to make it bigger. And energetically, it starts to like almost mutate into like a more difficult problem to solve. And the more we focus on it, the more that happens. So try to instead focus the minimum, necessary on the problem, and then shift your focus into what you're grateful for, what you're happy about, what you want to achieve. And that is going to be the best way to actually solve the issues that need solving. So first card that we have here for this week for you is Justice. So you may be desiring, hoping for a sense of balance and justice in your life. You may be gravitating towards making justice happen, enforcing justice in a way. If you see any kind of injustice, you may step up and, try to correct it, find balance. I see that you may not be exactly clear on where you want to go moving forward. It's like your path is not necessarily set. You're not fully committed in a way that is binding and non-negotiable to something. So it's like there's still leeway for you to change your mind, for you to do things differently, for you to maybe explore different paths and possibilities. And that seems to be the challenge for this week. Or for some of you, it is going to be that you're not bounded by anything to a path, so you get to explore, and therefore you don't know what to do. For others of you, it's the exact opposite, okay? That you are actually completely binded into a path, maybe even legally, that you have previously chosen, and you can't just change your path because you already have a contract, you already have the marriage, you already have the mortgage, you already have this like binding thing attaching you to the current path. That could be the challenge for some of you. Remember that these are general readings, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. At the beginning of the week, I see you being very open-hearted. I see you happy, lovey-dovey, feeling very generous and kind and sweet towards everybody. You may feel a sense of renewal in your relationships. You may fall in love with yourself in a way again. Lots of love for your life, lots of love for your loved ones, lots of love in general, okay? So it's very nice, it's very sweet, it's a very optimistic and kind, gentle start of the week. By midweek, there seems to be some kind of insecurity that arises within you. Some kind of fear that is not necessarily real, it's not necessarily a fact, it's more of a self-imposed limitation. The Eight of Swords, this card here, it talks about self-imposed fears, limitations, that voice internally in your mind that tells you, what if it doesn't happen? What if you're not capable? You're not the smartest, you're not the prettiest, you're not the most successful, you can't do that kind of thing. It's like that very negative voice that tries to hold you back. That little voice is fear. And fear, it is kind of like a toxic relationship in a way. Fear is actually supposed to preserve you, right? Keep you from doing stupid things that can get you killed, basically. On an instinctual, biological level, that's what fear does. It protects you. But when it is when it has too much freedom, it starts to try to protect you from everything. And it tries to tell you to stay put in your comfort zone forever and ever and not do anything at all, basically. So when we're trying to get out of comfort zones and expand and do new things and try our luck at different things, that fear, that insecurity gets a little bit more insistent. And I feel like by midweek, you may realize that that little voice has a way of manipulating you, has a way of getting you to stop what you want to do, has a way of holding you back. So it is very important in the middle of the week for you to notice that voice and say, you know what, I'm going to try anyway. Because this voice makes you think that something that is relative or that something that is kind of like not factual, it makes you think that it is a fact. It makes you think you are fact, not smart enough. And it's like, how is that like a fact? If you challenge that voice, you can be like, you know what? I can improve. There is a neuroplasticity. If I am indeed not the smartest, I can become the smartest regardless. So, little voice, back off and let me do what it takes to get to where I want to go. So that's the attitude that is recommended for you to have this week towards that voice. Being like, well, you know what, voice? Maybe I am not the best at this right now, but I can get there. See me. No, watch me. See, that's why this is represented as her being in a cage, but the cage is actually open. So if she chooses to step up and challenge, so to speak, the cage, she can get out. By the weekend, you see progress. You start to see movement forward in your projects, in your goals. You start to reap the fruits of your labor. Not like the whole thing. It's not like you reach the top of the mountain, the absolute complete success and goal. But you are getting closer. Okay, this is kind of like a gradual process of improvement, gradual um, kind of like getting gradual results and rewards for your efforts. And you see them and you start to notice that if you continue doing what you're doing, you're going to get there eventually. Um, and it's all good. Okay. Be patient, be grateful for the results that are showing up. Even if they're not like the ultimate ones, it is still showing you that you're making progress. Now, we have the chariot here representing you right now. This week you may feel like you're craving progress, like you're craving moving forward, leaving something behind, advancing towards your goals, seeing tangible tangible evidence that you're closer and closer to your goal. You could be, some of you could be dealing with vehicles here, your car, your vehicle, your form of transportation, whether it is personal or public, could be in your mind a lot. There could be, I'm getting closures of like certain roads or things that can make you unexpectedly be late to where you want to go, that can slow you down. So maybe try to be a little bit earlier than usual this week just in case. When you have important commitments, meetings, things like that. Some of you might be changing your vehicle, but it's like, it's almost as if the universe is telling you slow and steady wins the race. Don't go for the fastest, don't go for the get rich quick scheme. Go for the gradual progress because it's working. Just be patient. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer person as well. In your environment, everything is conspiring this week to bring you closer to your goal, to your success, to your victory, okay? Around you, you may have a lot of people succeeding, a lot of people manifesting their dreams, maybe your loved ones are experiencing breakthroughs, and maybe that makes you want to experience breakthroughs in your own life. But the thing is, everything happens in divine timing. Maybe they have been waiting for those results far more than you have. Who knows, right? Um, and it's like there's a lot of attention being placed on the speed of things. Because we see here the chariot is represented by a snail. We know that snails are not the fastest, right? And we see the Six of Wands being represented by a hummingbird, which is the fastest moving wing flap in birds, I think the fastest like heartbeat in an animal, the fastest like it's crazy fast. It's like insane. Um so it's like they're giving me a lot of references to like the speed of things, how quickly you do something, how slowly you do something. And I feel like the message is that quickly is not necessarily better. Sometimes we see it like that because of how AI and, technology makes us want to get everything quickly, but honestly, sometimes gradual progress is far more valuable. It's not the same thing, um, business-wise, to have someone who has grown something for 20 years, all the experiences they have, maybe they reach a level of success and they were able to sustain it and stay there because of that gradual process of growth and maturity and expansion, as opposed to someone who goes viral overnight, gets a bunch of money, loses it all, and that's the end of it. So it's like, don't always value speed. Sometimes it is actually for your greater good for things to move slowly and steady. So if you see people winning around you, be happy for them. Be happy for them and think, if they can do it, so can I. If they could get their breakthrough, maybe I will too. Try not to get discouraged instead. In your hopes and fears, we have the Six of Pentacles. So you're hoping for assistance, you're hoping for a favor, you're hoping for maybe a connection to help you breach that gap and move you forward. Excuse me. Oh my god, if you were wearing headphones, I'm so sorry. So what I see here is that this desire, this urge to succeed can get the best of you. You may start to focus a lot on it this week, but it is not recommended. It is best recommended, remember what they told you at the beginning of the reading? Energy flows where intention goes. If you focus on what you're missing, if you're focused on what is not happening, if you focus on things that are going according to you too slowly, you're manifesting for things to go even slower because the energy compounds, the energy attracts more of the same frequency that you're vibrating. So the best thing you can do to cut this whole thing down and just like escape this negative manifestation cycle is to actually appreciate the value of gradual progress. Even if a part of you says that's boring or lame or whatever, try to embrace it. Maybe find evidence of successful people who have gotten there and been able to sustain it because of how long it took, because of how much they grew, right? Your angel number is 555. Change. Change happens outside of your comfort zone. The time for change is now. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and to learn how to walk it. Take the next step, allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. I release, if you want to claim this, you can write it down in the comment section. I release all that no longer serves me as I am guided to move outside of my comfort zone and let change in. An emotion that you may find yourself running into this week is acceptance. So that's what you're aiming for, acceptance. Acceptance of what is, acceptance of divine timing. Take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. 3 cards are talking about the freaking comfort zone here, okay? All right, so if you have stayed all the way up till this point of the reading, thank you so much. You're awesome. And you're in for a treat because this last card is quite important, okay? This is the one that brings it all together or provides us with a message that we haven't received in the reading yet, okay? So your card is, by the way, please like, subscribe, say hi in the comment section. I would love to connect. Your card is this one, the shark. Shark, shark, shark. Maybe you feel like you need to be in this energy of being a shark, like in business and work and stuff like that. And they're instead telling you, like, you don't have to be in that energy. Let's see. That's me assuming that that's what that means. I'm going to read the actual message for you. Directness. ¿Qué pasó, Mía? Ya te abro, dame un segundo. So that's one of my baby cats. She wants to go out, but I'll open the door in a minute. All right, so the message is directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. And that's the thing. Sometimes we think that the timing is wrong, but maybe our perception of it is wrong. And maybe what we need instead is acceptance. So I hope this helps, Sag. Please like, subscribe, join me for future readings, and check out your rising sign and your moon sign while you're at it. I love you guys. Bye.